Hello, future millionaires. This is Aztec, and this is the CSC.
Matic network, hit that crypto. It's not hard, it's so simple. Matic network, Matic network, Matic network, Matic network.
Today, I called out from work because it's a huge day. I just had to get on the Twitter feeds and just marvel at all of the amazing posts that are going out there. There is just so much positive energy. This year and next year are going to be amazing. Please watch my previous videos to see all of the other things that I've commented. But today we're going to talk about India. We're going to talk about the Matic network. You guys probably know why I'm wearing this t-shirt today. But we'll also go over a little bit of the Decentraland, my winnings from their puzzles and all that from my last video. It's going to be kind of a mesh of all of the things that have been coming out for the Matic network recently. Again, like I always say, there's just too much information coming out to even keep up with the Matic network. They are the hardest working, fastest working project out there. In my opinion, not financial advice, they are the ones to beat. And we're going to go over why today. Now, I have my Twitter feed up here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at all the things that are coming out and have come out. I'm going to give you my opinion, so go ahead and watch. So today is a huge day for the Matic network, for India, for all of the amazing projects that are built in India today. You have a lot of exchanges and their tokens and other projects that are extremely excited. Many of my friends out of India are extremely excited, and it's because of this here. Now, this is Crypto Canoon. He's definitely worth a follow. He's kind of like, basically he's in India, and he kind of gives a lot of the first-hand news that's coming out of India. He's always posting things before, in my opinion, before many other people know. So he's worth a look. He's at Crypto Canoon. You can see right here on my screen. Definitely worth a follow because there's just lots of information coming out of India. Extremely bullish news, and this here is the highlight. Breaking: Supreme Court of India has struck off Reserve Bank of India's RBI banking ban against crypto. The court held that RBI circular dated 6th of April 2018 is unconstitutional. Essentially, now the people of India can buy crypto and sell crypto and take the proceeds and put them in their bank. It was a ban that the central bank had on the banks in India, so that it basically kept a lot of businesses, crypto businesses, kind of in a catch-22, because to move money it was more difficult because the banks there would not work with them. Now you have this lifted, and this will free up a lot more institutional money to come in and back these projects in India. Basically money can flow in, and traders can trade a lot more freely in cash profits. It just goes on and on and on. All the different things that this now releases the Indian people. So this is huge news. I think there's there's a lot of projects that I know that are waiting to work in India, that were waiting for this to basically be lifted so that they could get to work. Obviously, there's a lot of projects like the Matic network that they've been building this whole time. They haven't stopped. Whether there was a ban or not, in this case, they didn't care. They were just full steam ahead. But this does kind of basically lift a lot of the reserve a lot of the projects that were just waiting on the sidelines to kind of jump in and start working. Um, so this is really big news. Let's go ahead and look at my thread. So basically, you can follow me at circle_crypto, at circle_crypto on Twitter. I would say I'm also worth a follow. I am mainly talking about the Matic network, but there's other things that I talk about, and you'll see. So Smartman6 is a good follow. He makes really great infographics. He's a Matic Mitra. He made this here. It says, "Welcome to blockchain world. Welcome to the blockchain world, India." And you have the Matic network symbol. You have the flag of India here, and it's just an amazing graphic. Here you have Chandaresh. He's saying historic day for all Indian crypto community, and he is retweeting that tweet from Crypto Canoon that I just read off. I'm going to just kind of blast through these tweets and give you my opinion on some of them. I thought this was funny from Kboy or Gboy. Basically, it's at GBHOY_Matic, and he posts World Health Organization recommends people use contactless technology instead of cash due to the coronavirus. If only there was cryptocurrency. I think this is hilarious because I see a lot of people in the crypto community just going on about this, like, hello, we have this technology already, and it's called Bitcoin, Ethereum, the Matic network, cryptocurrency, of course. So this is pretty funny. But there's been a couple big organizations that have said this because they think cash is dirty, which technically it is. You give paper notes from one person to the other, you don't know what's sitting on top of those cash notes. But the fix to that is using digital currency. Here's I'm just basically retweeting Crypto Canoon here. He's saying, finally, the judgment day is here. Stay tuned with us for further update and analysis. So this was him. He was talking about what he thought was going to happen with the Supreme Court judgment, and he was right. He was very right with his bullish sentiment. I thought this was a really cool tweet. It says, "No, it's not easy. People who outlasted 2018 and 2019 can tell you." Of course, if you've been, I've been in crypto since 2016, so 18 and 19 was the bear market, and I thought this graphic was pretty on point. You have all this thorn bushes and cactus, and this guy's walked up all the way up to the top, and he's holding his Bitcoin Matic network and Ethereum here, and he's shouting hooray as everyone else says, "Oh, that's easy, it's too easy," and just looking at him like, "Oh, you're a winner," but everyone could have called this, which it's not true. It takes a lot of building, it takes a lot of momentum and foresight to make this happen, which is winning in the end. Which if you're in this crypto space, it's when people look at us and they see that at the end of this year and next year, when the bull market is just blowing up and everyone's talking about it, your taxi driver, the person in the store behind the cash register, someone that your friends that never talked about crypto, that made fun of it, now want to know a little bit more about it. You're going to know just how much it took to get to where the entire community is looking to be, and where we will be. So I thought this was a pretty cool graphic. My Key is also a great follow, and this is huge news here. So I would say that, of course, today the crypto ban lift in India was probably my number one most bullish thing today, but this is also overall extremely bullish for the Matic network. And Mikey_BTO, or at Mikey_BTO, is also a great follow. These are all these people that I'm retweeting are Matic Mitras, and he's saying Matic Network to compete with Lightning Network on cheaper BTC transactions. Now, this is basically a partnership between Matic and Ren. Essentially, they are going to be working to support BTC transactions. So you're talking about utilizing the technology behind Matic to make fast, speedy, cost-effective transactions for Bitcoin. This is huge. So, there's all these issues with the Lightning Network that people, are hashing out. How are they going to fix it? Well, guys, Matic Network is going to take Bitcoin to the next level. Transactions, and it's really transactions and cost-effective transactions that are needed for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is not really huge on smart contracts. It's not really built for that, like Ethereum is. But essentially, a lot of people, especially in the case where there's a lot of people needing to use Bitcoin on a daily basis. There's congestion and things like that. Well, Matic now can solve these issues so that Bitcoin can have mass adoption and be used like the digital cash that it was intended to be. This is a huge deal, guys. Huge deal, because now the Matic Network is not only scaling Ethereum as a second layer solution, it is now scaling Bitcoin. And also, in my opinion, in the near future, we'll probably be scaling many other layer one base layer protocols, because there's so many issues with transactions and cost effectiveness of the transactions, the throughput of these transactions. So with these layer ones, so the Matic Network is highly in need, so that mass adoption can happen and we can go to the next level. And you can see that this here is the next level for Bitcoin. And if you've been following the Matic Network, you know that there's been a lot of success for Ethereum, because the Matic Network is scaling them. So I'm really just waiting to see what's going to come out of this partnership here between Matic and Ren. With them scaling Bitcoin, what kind of dApps are going to be deployed here? What is going to happen? What is this going to change? So obviously this is really big news. We're going to see who else is going to join and try to integrate with the Matic Network, because, the Matic Network is essentially still in its beta net, and the mainnet is going to be launching very soon. Into this month is what's projected. So, I believe there's a lot of projects just waiting to integrate with the Matic Network, probably layer ones, many dApps. I think there's going to be a flood of dApps coming from Ethereum. Probably a lot of different types of dApps working with Bitcoin that are going to want to work with the Matic Network as well. Recently, I also talked about Ethereum Classic looking to integrate with the Matic Network. So I think that the Matic Network is truly going to be the network that takes crypto to the next level, and you can see this by these moves. But let's keep going. Here's Sandeep. He actually said, "May the bureaucracy fail and the innovation prevail." And he is talking about the crypto, the ban being lifted as well. And he's actually retweeting Nichelle from Wazir X. And Nichelle is saying, "Crypto versus RBI, major update in India. We might see the court judgment in the case tomorrow. Let's hope for the best. India wants crypto." Of course, it happened. Amazing. So Another thing that's huge news, guys. I mean, I'm just going to keep pumping amazing facts out here because this stuff is happening, guys. This is happening. This rocket is fully fueled with hydrogen, and we are going to the moon. So the Matic network posted about 16 hours ago, as showing here, at Matic Network on Twitter. This is the official at Matic Network. So this is them. They're saying this. It says, as our Coinbase custody account is now set with all the compliances, please be notified that we will be moving 2% tokens into Matic Foundation's custody account for the initial deposit and testing purposes at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time tomorrow. So this is a huge deal. 2% of their tokens being moved in for testing purposes. Let's talk about this, guys. Coinbase custody. To get integrated with Coinbase custody, to be launched on the Coinbase custody platform, is huge. I made a video a while ago talking about all the different things you have to, all the different regulations and things that you have to, hoops you have to jump through to actually be compliant overall in, U.S. markets and all the other markets that Coinbase is, basically integrated with. The Matic network is basically very compliant. They are listed on the Coinbase custody platform. That's huge, number one. Two, they're now moving these tokens over for testing purposes. What are those testing purposes, guys? More than likely, it's a launch of Coinbase Pro. It's probably going to be a launch of staking Matic tokens on Coinbase. You're talking about huge moves. Recently, a project that, I don't talk about a lot of other projects, but I follow Kyber Network. I love the Kyber Network. And, they recently launched on the Coinbase Pro platform, and they've been just rocketing. So, you can definitely see that there's a lot of potential for the Matic network. This is huge news, seeing this. And also here we have Shane Latham. You can follow him. He is actually a Matic Mitra, but he's also tied in with the Matic network on other levels. He is definitely a guru and a very smart man. And he says here, top tier validators are withdrawing their staking services for Loom Network, Matic's only viable competitor, citing Loom's management restructuring and the fact that validating for Loom is a huge cash burner. 2020 is the dawn of Matic Network. There is no competition. So essentially, Loom was one of the other competitors to the Matic network for a second layer scaling solution for Ethereum, and they are basically, unfortunately, it's not, I don't like to celebrate in other people's, basically when they're having issues or problems or failures, but this is a fact. There's basically staking validators that are withdrawing their staking services from the Loom network, due to issues like management restructuring, due to cash burning, or basically being expensive and costly, and probably going negative and things like that. And just like an overall sentiment, realizing, in my opinion, guys, that the Matic network is the network that is the number one and only viable second layer solution for Ethereum and for crypto, in my opinion. So, definitely realize that there's a lot of things, a a lot of rumblings that are happening in the background that are basically indicating that Matic Network is going to be the solution, guys. So yeah, keep going here. Let's see. There's another AMA that's coming out, and you guys can and just follow me. I'm on Twitter, and you guys can go ahead and see all the things that I post. There's wallets that want to integrate. There's tons of projects that are trying to integrate with the Matic network. There's layer ones that are trying to integrate with the Matic network. I mean, it just keeps going. There's a video by Mac007. He has a YouTube channel. He is a Matic Mitra. He was actually talking about a lot of things that I've been talking about today. Definitely got to follow him on YouTube and watch his videos. He's very insightful. He's very, very connected. He's deep into crypto. Worth a follow, guys, on Twitter and on YouTube, because he's a YouTuber just like me. Here's Perry. He came out with an article. It says Matic Network provides criteria for enterprise. Here, actually, I'll read this here. Matic Network provides criteria for enterprise blockchain acceptance and usage, integration of private and public blockchains, Ethereum and Unicef, Matic mainnet, March 2020. So this article is actually an amazing article by Perry. You can follow him. He's also a Matic Mitra at PerryXus. And he posts lots of different types of Ethereum, Matic Network type articles. And they are amazing articles because they are fact checked and sources are available all throughout the article. So it's not just these basic articles that you find all throughout crypto. These are amazing articles with lots of data and facts. And basically, he was actually talking about Ethereum and the power that Ethereum has working with large organizations and large companies, and now that they are integrated with the Matic network, basically because the Matic network is a second layer scaling solution for Ethereum, he's basically talking about the technology that the Matic network is providing. And one of the technologies obviously is scaling, but secondly, he's also talking about private and public blockchains. So, man, I'm just all over the place today. I think I'm just too excited, guys. But this is a great article, very, very great article. Of course, this tweet here, I said, the Matic network does/supports so many hackathons, I could easily lose count. And again, here's another hackathon that Matic Network did. It's very important to see that the team is active, and they are extremely active. I think they do more work in general than any other team out there. And they're also flying around the world all the time, shaking hands, basically doing hackathons and meeting new projects that are going to be creating mass adoption type dApps, and they're just out there all the time, so it's awesome. I mean, if we look at Matic Network on the charts, this is a daily chart. I drew this descending channel here, and I recently posted on my charts here that the Matic network was going to break out. I was a little early. I actually posted around here that it was going to break out based off a lot of data that's listed in my post, but you can see here that it actually took a little dip. It bounced off the bottom of the descending channel, and now it's just rocketing. But I did call that it would probably be coming up to this 0.382 target, being that this is the next major resistance. And you can see that we're actually moving there. We're actually up very, very significantly today. And we, not financial advice, I would have bought in at the times that I told everyone personally, that I suggested on Twitter. I talked about my buys, obviously with my charts here on TradingView and things like that. But here's the Matic network rocketing. I think that a lot of projects that are related to India are going to do very well in general. Who knows what's going to come out of this lift of the ban? And yeah, guys, this is huge. I'm very, very privileged to be part of the team, as a Matic Mitra, and to be able to see all of the amazing work, kind of from a background kind of stance or point. But I really think that the Matic network is going to be the future of many projects. I don't think that Ethereum is going to be taken out anytime soon. I think Ethereum is going to do very well because of the Matic network, and there's just so much more to come. I'm not saying buy here because obviously we're rocketing off. There's always pullbacks and things like that, but I am just acknowledging the fact that I've been following this project for a long time. Actually, way, way, way back here. So, this project is just going to see a new all-time highs probably this month, and it's definitely worth looking into the project. I'm not saying buy. I'm just saying just look at the project, look at what who they're supporting, look at who they're in alliances with, and just do that because they're a very powerful project, very well connected project, and I think that projects that align with them and projects that are backing them are all going to do well and do well in the next bull run. Well, this is the bull run, guys. This is the bull run. I mean, it's been a bull run since Bitcoin hit its low of 3,200 in December of 2018. That was the start of the bull run. I actually made a video a long time ago talking about Bitcoin bouncing from that point, and other videos since then talking about the bull run had started, and here we are. Here we are. So never give up on the future of money, guys. Stay woke. Stay looking at the future. Take it easy.